So those of you who've been in relationships for quite some time, that have gone on vacations, trips, what have you, sometimes some disagreements occur and some things happen and you guys don't get over it. You get in a funk. Even I've been through it personally, where you go on a vacation or you go on a trip and then somehow you guys are supposed to be having fun and you end up disagreeing or arguing or something like that, then everybody is too prideful or communication just gets all out of whack. But I'm gonna get into this video. I saw another content creator cover it. I didn't watch the video, I just read the title of it, so I thought it was interesting. But without further ado, let's get into this because I'm assuming this is gonna be a wild story. Let's go.
I knew that it was over when I was in Mexico because he told me not to fucking talk to him. He told me not to talk to him while I was on the trip with him. And I'm like, wow, like I'm really on this vacation with my husband in Mexico, the most beautiful place ever, and I can't talk to my husband. That means that there's no intimacy going on. That means ain't no touching, no hugging, no anything. This man put a pillow in between us. And at that point, I knew I deserved better. I knew that I gave him so many chances, more chances than what he needed, more chances that I had given anyone else. I knew that I had let him slide, even though the first week when we were talking, I should have cut him loose, but I kept him. And so I knew at that moment it was partially my fault that I was in this miserable relationship. And when I say miserable, I mean a relationship that doesn't include intimacy and love, which is very important in a relationship. Just to have that affection and that close intimacy with a person. So when we was in Mexico, he told me not to touch him. I'm like, okay, cool. This man treated me like shit for 5 fucking days. He treated me like fucking shit. When I tell you he treated me like I wasn't worth anything, treating me like shit, okay? Like I was going to the bars, drinking by myself. He treated me like shit. And so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So on the 6th night of the vacation, you know, I was on my way back to the hotel room by myself in Mexico. On my way back to the hotel room, and long and behold, there was this fine, beautiful black man.
Fine, beautiful black man. So we know where this story is going, guys, right off top. So how long was it? 7 days you down in Mexico and you just getting drunk at the bar? I mean, just imagine her man is there, and we see where this is going so far, right? But a lot of this stuff, and I'm just gonna segue into this, what I was getting to. A lot of this stuff sounds familiar. He treated me like shit, put a wedge in between. I've heard this stuff first. Lovely. Because you act a fool sometimes, you know, growing up. Anyway, no buns, no intimacy. You're in this beautiful place, and I bet on social media they were showing out, maybe taking a picture, or she was probably taking pictures, looking all happy. And a lot of stuff y'all see on social media, y'all think people are having these wonderful times, and it's a terrible experience. They're going to these beautiful places and all this bullshit is going on. You never know what people got going on in their lives, so you got to stop envying people. You can be just as broke and be happily in love and living a good life. But this man neglected her. She got tired of the BS. She's in this tropical environment. She wants to fuck, and some dude just happened to be there. Hey, why not? Imagine what happens on girls' trips. But anyway, we're gonna get into this story. Let's go.
There was this fine and beautiful black man. I swear, I thought like God himself had sent me this guy. I'm like, oh my God, he's tall, fine, beautiful, beautiful teeth, smell good. Like I was like sitting in the back of him, I can just smell like the cologne, like just coming my way. Nice watch, nice shoes. I was like, you know what? I think this is a sign. There's gotta be a sign, you know? This man was tall. He was about, you know what I mean, like 4 of my husbands put together. I'm like, there's gotta be a sign, because God told me he was gonna double it. But anyways, so I started talking to this guy, and he had some nice conversation in the first, you know, couple of minutes as I'm smelling his cologne. It was some very good conversation. And so at that moment, I decided, you know what, fuck this. You are overdue on fucking intimacy. love, and everything else. Fuck it, because at this point, I was done with my husband. Didn't care what the fuck people thought about me. Didn't give zero fucks whatsoever. And so, you know what? I hung out with this tall, beautiful black man, and I had the best time of my life. And I swear, like, when I was with him, I felt like I freed myself. I felt like I was trapped somewhere. And I know that, mentally you're trapped, but sometimes some good sex can bring you out of that shit and fucking wake you the fuck up. Like, wake the fuck up. And that was a moment where I woke the fuck up, and I knew that I deserve love, I deserve affection, I deserve good intellectual conversation, I deserve a man that fucking smells good, no salt taste. I deserve it the fuck all. And that's when I cheated on my narcissistic husband.
Narcissistic, how do we not know? Now, my question, baby, before we get into this man that was 4 times the size and God gave you double and all that. So your husband has some salty nuts and you came across this. How many times did she have to say, tall, dark-skinned man, good smile? And he probably was going through the same thing with his old lady. But communicating with this man, you're tipsy, so conversation is going to be nice. Did you just, because he stonewalled you, did you attempt to communicate? I'm not putting it on you, but still. You ladies, you cheat. You call it liberating, right? Or you'll have sex with another man because you're being neglected and you just feel like this secretly, whether he finds out or not, and you really do want him to find out, that you do things to hurt men, even though you can say, well, JR, he's hurting me by giving me the silent treatment. So I'm going to go down and sleep with this man. One monkey don't stop no show. I'm going to get my cheeks clapped by this brother that smells good. My husband's narcissistic. I'm tired of doing this. I need to free myself. That's how women get back at men. They know that that's the quickest way to get back at men is just to go get pregnant or go have a baby. I bet neither one of y'all had condom. You know he was squirting and you took that squirted up box back in there to your husband, and I deserve to have a man that smells good, that doesn't taste salty and all this other stuff. And I don't know, I would be ready to leave as the man, having to lay next, because I don't know whether you probably always knew this guy had a communication issue. But sometimes women, y'all do start fights on these vacations. Y'all do start fights just in general. And sometimes you go these places to try and make things better and it just doesn't happen. But you just had to lay it on thick just in case your husband's watching this podcast. And she's like, he was 4 times the size of my husband and God will give you double whatever I was done. Man, hey, do your thing, man. Do your thing. You don't care about your vows, whatever. You just had to get your cheeks clapped to liberate yourself, to let you know that you were done. This is crazy. You went to Mexico, beautiful place, with your husband and end up getting your cheeks clapped by a random. I got you, man. Anyway, I'm done talking about it. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. And ladies, have you ever done something like that? Put a comment below. I would love to hear it. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts, helps us support the channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. With that being said, listen, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. This is your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. And I appreciate you guys for helping me hit 100,000. Quit playing with me, man. Finally, I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah. 50 Cent. 50. Part 2. Yeah. Can't forget Tony. 50. UK.